Oh, well, I expect there's going to be a lot of you like me who haven't played anywhere near as much as they could have done or should have done. And there may even be people who haven't taken their instrument out of its case for 4 or 5 months. Well, don't be ashamed. It happens it's so easy for it to happen. It happens to so many of us. But here is going to be a few tips to get you back playing again and get that stamina build up, so that you'll be fresh and ready for when we reconvene rehearsals for Reza Community Orchestra. First thing to say is if you haven't got your instrument out of its case for a number of months, it should be okay. These instruments are expensive and very well made, but it may be that pads have dropped off, springs have broken and things like that. So be prepared for something seemingly calamitous to have happened, but it's very easy to repair, take to a repairer to get fixed. Other things, reeds, obviously, flute players don't go to sleep. It's not going to take long, this bit. Reeds, if you've had a good reed 6 months ago, it's probably a good reed no longer. Clarinet and saxophone players, I would recommend buying a new box as a special treat and starting again. Oboes and bassoons, probably a little bit more complicated because it's expensive for you and maybe you make them. But if wood's just been sat there for a long time, it'll probably warp or deteriorate or something. Anyway, let's assume our instrument's working, our reeds are good. If we haven't played for a little bit, the best thing for you is a few long notes, like vegetables are good for us. They can be a little bit boring, but they're incredibly good for us and easily the best way to get back playing again. On a clarinet, I think for other instruments it's the same. Just pick a kind of mid-range and easy note to get, maybe the first note that you learn in a tutor book. Big breath. And play a big full note just to get the air going through, just to remind yourself of what your mouth's got to do, the position of the mouth. You may find that the muscles around here are feeling very weak. This is to be expected. If you do this every day, a little bit often is good. It'll come back in no time. Just like exercise, if we haven't exercised, if we haven't been for a walk or a run or anything like that for a little bit, the first time is a little bit uncomfortable, second time's a bit better, and then 3 or 4 times we're back into it. So the long note, just on an easy-going note, is a good thing. We can make it a little bit more interesting by playing 2 or 3 notes. But above everything, don't make it too complicated. Don't try and do complicated notes, complicated combinations, just really to get the build-up of muscle here. One of the things I quite like to do is scales, 8 notes up, 8 notes down. So it's the major scale of an octave plus a note. And then we can go round and round and round. And again, we're doing a long note and exercising our fingers at the same time. And this way, we'll probably feel that our lips are a little bit weak and the stamina's not very good. You can maybe do two scales up and down to start with, 3 the next day. You may not be able to get 7 or 8 in, but just do them over and over again is a really good thing. It'll just build the strength, make the sound nice. I think the sound, if we can make a nice sound as wind players, this cheers us up no end. So take your time with that. For high notes, I would say the same sort of thing. Sometimes high notes don't come out very well when we haven't played for a little bit. So we can do little scales up to a high note and just rest on the high note, do a pause. And it's an amazing feeling once you get onto that high note, just how gradually you can feel your lip strengthening up. We do that 2 or 3 times, then we go up 1 note. And then bit by bit, we can build up to high notes. Don't expect it all to happen on the first day. Maybe 2 or 3 days, then we can go up a note, and bit by bit you'll feel your muscle strengthening. If your lip gives way a little bit, this is in a way a good thing because it'll just heal up and be better the next day. just takes a little bit of time. Don't be disheartened by the first time you play, and be all excited that the second and third time will be better and better. And if you can get in a little bit every day, that's fantastic. I know we're all too busy to do that easily, but maybe every 2 or 3 days we can get some time in, and then you can do all this new music that we've got. Practice, practice, practice. Lovely. It'll come back in no time. Don't you worry. Good luck.